Okay, I've heard about this mall for 2 years and I go to this town all the time, but I've never been here yet. So let's check it out. Kind of like those. Well, I just bought one of these for $18 and they got 55 on that one. Kind of nice. I like figurines. And salt and pepper shakers are miniature figurines in a lot of cases. And I started collecting salt and pepper shakers about 4 years ago. Vintage dolls. And some reproduced stoneware. Obviously reproduced. Well, it looks like they just built a new section. Adding on to the store. I guess that means it's a very successful business. Well, everybody likes uranium glass these days. Okay, this framed picture is only $38. That seems like a good deal. If it's a real one, that is. Okay, we got a 6-pack, well, 5-pack of these in sparkling mint condition. And they have a town name on them. New Bern, North Carolina. That's a pretty good one. Let's see what the price is. $16.75. A little pricey, but not too bad. This jug looks kind of weird, like it's missing the bottom 2 or 3 inches. $42. Well, it's unusual, I must say that. Okay, we got one of these early White House with the script. The script actually looks different than any that I've seen. So that's strange. And it has an original banded lid with the original insert for $28. That's actually a fair deal. Kind of like that. I'm not really familiar with these. Somehow I just never saw these before. Okay, I have one of these that I'm trying to sell. I don't even have a price tag on it. What price do they have on it? $40. Okay, I was going to put $35 on mine. Something else I understand is bottles. That is my main area of interest. This one is only $12. I think that's a very fair price because that's what I would price it at. Maybe even $14 because it's an attic mint example that's sparkling clean. Kind of like that. Well, these are kind of nice, even though they're all made from the 70s. To have a complete 8-pack is just kind of interesting. Okay, we have a royal jar, which is over 100 years old, but it has an aqua cap on it, which is definitely not correct. $75. Wow, that is interesting. A stretched bottle that is perfectly stretched out into a cone shape. I've never seen anything like it. I like it. It is very interesting. $25. That is actually worth it. Mountain Dew with the hillbilly image is extremely popular nowadays. And since this is such a unique shape, I almost want to buy it. Never seen anything like it before. I kind of like these. $75. That's probably twice what I would ask for it. But this is a really fancy shop. Interesting. I see these kind of bottles sometimes, but this one is so small. Okay, I'm not familiar with this kind of Coke glass. So that's another new one on me. Okay, these Munsters dolls are another thing I'm not familiar with. Okay, plastic Slurpee cups from the 70s. Now that is the very first thing I ever started collecting when I was 6 years old. But these ones are ones that I am not familiar with. The ones I was collecting had baseball players on them. A straight set of Coke. Has a big chip on the base. And I can't really see what city it's from or what price it is. Selling guns in an antique shop? Well, they're definitely antique. But I'm just wasn't expecting to see actual guns. $10. I still like that. Okay, we've come into a bottle dealer's booth. Of course, I gotta look at these. Some embossed pharmacies from North Carolina. That's something you rarely ever see for sale in antique shops. These embossed pharmacies from anywhere. Makes me wonder what's sold out of here. Some nice jars from the 1880s and 90s. And many, many soda bottles. As you can see, my hands are filthy because I just came from digging for bottles. Now, I can't believe this. It's only $3. It doesn't have a town name on the bottom, which is to be expected. But this one is sparkling mint. And it's the bigger size. So that is definitely a fair price on that. A Gingera blown in mold crown top from Richmond, Virginia. $10. Wow, well that's surprisingly cheap. Okay, this one says Darlington, Wisconsin. I've heard of Darlington, South Carolina, but never this one. Okay, we got a good grape. I kind of like these. $25. It's an H.H. McCoy, which is from Kinston. Okay, we got some of these Mountain Dews with the names on them and a couple of straight soda Pepsis. Well, I have a bunch of these, so let's see what these people think they're worth. $10, but it has a crack in it. And a chip. Heavy chipping on the bottom, so I can't really use that as information. Okay, all soda bottles for $1. Okay, let's see if there's anything I want here. Vintage magazines. And that's something I like. $12 for that one. Well, I'm not gonna go through them all. Okay, a nice looking blob top beer. Where is it from anyway? New Jersey. But it has a nice monogram. It's nice and clean. So I like it. But I don't think I'll buy it unless it's really cheap. Does it even have a price tag on it? I don't see one. Oh, there it is. $12. Well, that's certainly reasonable. I would almost buy that one. And another one, but it's unembossed. That's a nice cardboard case right there. I don't even think I've seen one like it. But of course I only look at bottles most of the time. Kinda like those. Wait a minute, I didn't notice these. Okay, I didn't notice these either. No. That's interesting. I actually sold one of these. Not exactly like that, but I actually regretted it because I just didn't really want to sell it. Another classic. Pretty sure I have one of these. I don't think I noticed this one. How much is it? $10. Not too bad. A lot of half pints. I thought about collecting just half pint milks from North Carolina at one time, but there's still about 1,000 dairies from North Carolina, so that's a little bit too much even for these small ones. Well, that's it.